Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'll be reading 2 Chronicles 14 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, So Abijah slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David, and Asa his son reigned in his stead. In his days the land was quiet 10 years. And Asa did that which was good and right in the eyes of the Lord his God. For he took away the altars of the strange gods and the high places, and brake down the images, and cut down the groves, and commanded Judah to seek the Lord God of their fathers, and to do the law and the commandment. Also he took away out of all the cities of Judah the high places and the images, and the kingdom was quiet before him. And he built fenced cities in Judah, for the land had rest, and he had no war in those days, because the Lord had given him rest. Therefore he said unto Judah, Let us build these cities, and make about them walls, and towers, gates, and bars, while the land is yet before us, because we have sought the Lord our God. We have sought him, and he hath given us rest on every side. So they built and prospered. And Asa had an army of men that bare targets and spears, out of Judah 300,000, and out of Benjamin that bare shields and drew bows 280,000. All these were mighty men of valor. And there came out against them Zerah the Ethiopian with an host of 1,300 chariots, and came to Mareshah. Then Asa went out against him, and they set the battle in array in the valley of Zephathah at Mareshah. And Asa cried unto the Lord his God, and said, Lord, it is nothing with thee to help, whether with many or with them that have no power. Help us, O Lord our God, for we rest on thee, and in thy name we go against this multitude. O Lord, thou art our God, let not man prevail against thee. So the Lord smote the Ethiopians before Asa and before Judah, and the Ethiopians fled. And Asa and the people that were with him pursued them unto Gerar, and the Ethiopians were overthrown, that they could not recover themselves, for they were destroyed before the Lord and before his host, and they carried away very much spoil. And they smote all the cities round about Gerar, for the fear of the Lord came upon them, and they spoiled all the cities, for there was exceeding much spoil in them. They smote also the tents of cattle, and carried away sheep and camels in abundance, and returned to Jerusalem. Alright guys, here we see again yet another ruler of Judah, Asa, being raised up, and he also followed in the way of the Lord, and so he was victorious against whoever came up against him. He was victorious over the Ethiopians in this case, and also they had 10 years of peace. Can you imagine? Peace. They had peace. And so we see that there's a time and a season for everything. We are told about that constantly, but what happens here is that there was peace for 10 years, and then they had to fight against the Ethiopians. And in that peace, they enjoyed that peace, and they prospered before the Lord, because the Lord was with them. And when it was time for war, they went and they fought with God's help, and they called unto God to help them and to be their guide and their shield, and to bring them through, because they knew that the victory only was certain with God. There was no victory without God. And they said, however few they are, however mighty, then, or however the multitude is that they go against, then the Lord will certainly help them let not any man prevail against us. He said, let not any man prevail against thee, not us, thee. They're saying the Lord is in control, and the Lord is their God, and the Lord is their leader. So the Lord should fight for them and should help them. And the Lord did thus, because he is their keeper. So guys, whenever you have a battle ahead of you, whatever you think, if you think it's too great, whatever you think it's too small, it doesn't matter what you think. Just ask the Lord for his help. Ask him to see you through and to give you a helping hand, because there's nothing without God. God is in everything. I mean, even those cruel and vile-hearted men, the men being used by the devil for his work and for his purpose, even they know God at some point in their lives. God works in their lives too. Okay? Because he wants us all to gain salvation. He wants us all to be his people. He wants us all to come into his loving arms. And so he is there for us. And if you call upon him, he will most definitely answer you, and he'll be there for you. So I advise you to do that. No matter how great or small the battle seems, call on God, and he'll most definitely take you through. Okay? Alright guys, so remember to continue walking in your salvation, and if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.